Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles, the elders of great millstone that rule well, and the thoughts of truth, among other things. Salutations to all the sincere Akim out there that be pushing the truth. Telling our people, the so-called Negro, the so-called Latinos, the so-called Native Americans, the indigenous people of the Americas, that they are the chosen people of the Most High, Yahweh. That is his name. And the name of his son is Yahweh Shai. And that's a real Hebrew for he deliverer. He is the one that shall deliver his people, that shall save us. Because, from all you see that the world is changing, man. The time is going fast according to prophecy. There's a lot of things coming out about, the so-called white man, whose true name is nationality is Esau. Because they are of their forefather Esau. They are the Edomites, and they call themselves white, and they changed the whole, they went around robbing, killing, stealing, and basically calling their names, their lands after their own names, according to Psalm 49 and 11. So, that's what they do. And still until this day, they are still, going around, and this whole world is about Esau wanting to rule forever, but the scriptures say the saints shall take the kingdom and possess it forever and ever, and the saints are the Israelites, man. But a lot of people don't believe that the Native Americans, as they have been called, is really the tribe of Gad, Reuben, and all the people from the South Americas. They are all so-called Indians, man. And really, Indian is not a good name to use, because Indian is another word for savage. They are the chosen people of Israel, man, of the Most High. They are Hebrew Israelites. That's what they are. So, and someone, placed a comment like, yeah, they're not Israelites and blah, 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 blah. Some people, they don't get it, man, but it's okay. Because, it's about the elect. It's about the ones that do get it and had, the blessing to be preordained, from the beginning, because the Most High has given his elect in the hands of his son Yahweh Shai, whom the world in ignorance calls Jesus Christ. Because again, you need to go back to the Hebrew. So I wanted to show a clip from a movie, because you know how Esau is. He puts things in movies, but it is really the spirit of the Most High that is, on the Most High is he controls everything. He controls everything. The right hand side and the left hand side. He sends blessings, curses. He puts people to death. He he gives life, riches, prosperity. Adversity. Read Sirach 11 and 14. You got Deuteronomy. What was it? 30. Let me see, 39 or 32 and 39. There's a lot of scriptures that prove that the Most High is in control of everything, man, life and death. So, it is what it is, man. A lot of people, they bug out, but when you read scriptures like Deuteronomy 32 and 39, that the Most High is the one that he's in control of everything, you start to accept. Or you start to, everything falls into place, because, everything here, again, we don't have nothing, we have no saying in what's going to happen, because the Bible is full of prophecy. And, look at it this way. Do we really think that you can upset the word of the Most High? The Most High is not a liar. He's not a man that he should lie. So everything that he says will come to pass. But one of the things that happened is our people were put under our enemies, under the enemy, the so-called white man. It is what it is, man. The scriptures speak about that in Deuteronomy 28. We read from like verse 45 on down, and when you read Baruch 4 and 6, and 7, it's a lot of scriptures out there, in the Bible, really, and out there on the internet, because at the Great Millstone we push the truth, man. We push the truth. So according to Matthew 24:14, that the gospel will be spread around the four corners of the earth, so that the end will come, man. Because everyone knows about Jesus Christ, but they don't know about Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. They don't know about who the true chosen people are of the Most High Yahweh. So that's what we are doing. We're pushing the truth. We're pushing the work, man. Doing the work, giving up our lives. Being like the scriptures say. Giving up your body as a living sacrifice, man. We are dedicated to do this work, man, because we want the kingdom. We don't want to live in this filthy place, man. It's when you look at the rules, at the laws, it's all in wickedness. But let me go to what I was speaking about. I wanted to show you this clip of the movie 1492, Conquest to Paradise. It is, so-called, Columbus, Cristobal Colon. Really, this is a wicked piece of dirt that has caused a lot of death, and pain, and he raped. He did a lot of wicked things to our people, man, to our brethren. So I'm going to play this clip and go to some scriptures and prove throughout the scriptures that the so-called Native Americans in the Americas are Israelites.
Why do you wish to sail west? To open a new route to Asia. Asia is the richest kingdom, the land of spices and gold. At the moment, there are only two ways of reaching it. By sea, sailing around the African continent. The journey takes a year. Or by land. But the Turks have closed this route to all Christians. There is a third way. By sailing west across the ocean sea. The distance is unknown. It's said to be infinite.
The distance is unknown, because the scriptures talk about where no man has gone before. So I'm gonna play this clip. Continue.
Superstition. I believe the Indies are no more than 750 leagues west of the Canary Islands. How can you be so
Why?
certain? The calculations of Toscanelli, Marin de Tir, Esdras. Esdras is a Jew. So what's worse? 2 minutes, and already you're a dead man. For telling the truth? Yes. We are burning people for less. The men you're about to confront have no emotion.
So, I'm gonna plug this back in. I'm read the scriptures, man, because you see this. They went over like this, or to the Americas. So this is 2nd Ezra 13. I'm gonna start at verse 39. And whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners. Let me get the chart. Because you can see, and everyone's like, yeah, prove this, prove. man, when you read the Bible and you watch the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, you will get it, man. If Yahweh gave you the spirit to understand, because it's not given to everyone. Even Yahweh Shai, even the apostles, heard that from Yahweh Shai. Like, it's not given unto everyone to understand this, this word. Like from Simeon down to Issachar, they all went, to the Americas, man. The northern kingdom. This from Simeon, Zabulon, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar. You can read who they are right here. So back in 2nd Ezra 13, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanasar the king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so they came into another land. But they took this counsel amongst themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. And you heard that over there, because they didn't know. But little did this wicked demon know, little did he know that they did made that trip over there. And those the people who did that were the 10 tribes, the children of Israel, man. The northern kingdom. You see? So and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt, that they might keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land, and they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. So, and that's another thing, man. You when you go over there, they went over here and they went to the Americas, and that took 1.5 years to go here and go back. It was together 3 years. So, and go into the further country where never mankind dwelt, that they might keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land, and they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. So the Most High made sure that they could, arrive safely. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely 1.5 years, and the same region is called Arsareth. And then dwelt they there until the latter time. And now, when they shall begin to come, the highest shall stay the springs of the stream again, that they may go through. Therefore sawest thou the multitude with peace. So this is the prophecy of the 10 tribes going to Arsareth, aka the Americas. Let me check what it says here. If I can find the etymology here. Yeah, the Jewish Encyclopedia. Arzareth, the name of the land beyond the great river, far away from habitation of man, in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing the laws of Moses, keeping their statutes, until the time of restoration. Columbus identified America with this land. So, and this is just a quick, it's just the spirit, man. So, when you go into, really the details, you can also go into, the suffering, because they these devils came over there, and you know what happened? They gave them smallpox. You know, they had peace treaties. They broke every one of those treaties with them, man. How many broken? Yeah, you see, with more than 500 treaties already broken, you know, these demons, they come over there, and now they are you know, coming with that you know, in with that pipeline. They keep oppressing our people, man, and that shows you that they don't give a damn, man. The Sioux tribe of South Dakota, you know, they've been in the news, man. And of course, they went a bit off by worshiping all you know, other things. They talk about Mother Nature. There's only Yahweh Ba Sham Yahweh Shine, man. So they broke a lot of treaties, man. They broke like every single one of them. So, but you know, my thing was I wanted to go into certain things that you know, already prove that this you cannot deny that the so-called Native Americans are Israelites, man. If you don't get it by now, man, we are at the end, man. If you still don't get it, man, then you really need to be scared, man. So listen, this is if you want to, this is Psalm 55 and 20. He had put forth his hands, the so-called white man, such as be at peace with him, because you know the you know, the Gadites and the tribes of Israel, you know, the so-called Native Americans, they were peaceful, man. And the so-called white men saw him playing with gold, you know, and they were like, what is this? So he had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant. He had broken all you know, all the treaties, everything, man. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, because they were like, hey, we are interested in, show us this, show us that. And they, you know, our people showed them a lot of things, man. But yet, so the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. He was, you know, plotting on how to take away the riches, to rape the women, to kill the men off, you know, to take over the land. But war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, because you know how these devils speak, man. And the devil is a deceiver. So he comes at you crouching, like in Sirach 12. You know, we read from 12 and 10. Though he humble himself and come unto thee crouching, yet take good heed. You know, because you know his like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So you can only, it's a matter of time before he shows his wickedness. Just like iron, it's just a matter of time before it you know, it will rust. So yet were they drawn swords. Cast thy burden upon the Lord. So yeah, that was the point. So you know, that's what he did, man. When you look at this, you can only, I only did this Native American suffering. You know, you can see what these devils did, man. You know, you can Google and you know, you can you know, you can see what they did, man. Like here, with the battles with these demons, man, with these devils, the so-called white man. And this is also prophecy, man. Gad, this is Genesis 49:19. Gad, the troops shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. So now you can, this all these atrocities they happen to our people, but he shall overcome at the last. And that's also prophecy, because we will get our hands on these devils, man, because it is in the scriptures. And these people, they speak smooth. But again, like Proverbs 26 and 25, when he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. That also applies to these, so-called white people. They come at you again with, smooth words, like we're interested in your how do you call that? The way you are thinking, in your traditions, everything that you do. Show us how to. They knew nothing, man. We showed them how to, grow crops and be civilized, man. How to take a bath. Look it up, man. But after that, these devils came around, and this type of stuff happened, man. So there's a lot of info out there, and still till today, man, our people are suffering, and now they're all drunkards. They have been put in on reservations. They move the border, up until if I'm correct, like California. That's supposed to be the land of Mexico, man. If I'm correct, man, you need to check that for yourself. But these devils took everything, man. And you know that they raped, robbed, and murdered a lot of our people. But the scriptures talk about woe unto him that buildeth the town upon bloodshed, man. And the land cannot be cleansed. So that's another. I'm gonna get that scripture, because Numbers 35 and 33. I just read that this scripture here, Genesis 49:19. Gad, the truth shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. So all these soldiers, all these devils, they took the land, they raped the women, cut the babies out of the stomach, ripped them apart. That's what they did, man. Read the diary of Cristobal Colon. Or the one of his. I don't know how you say the notulist, if I'm correct. Let me look up the word secretary. So he kept his diary. I forgot the name of the book. Cristobal Colon. But if you read that book, there's one. When you read, then you can see that this man was a wicked devil, man. He did all types of wicked things to our people. So, but that's a whole other. I can make a whole video about that. But I need to dig some more into that history. For now, I was focusing on the scriptures and proving from through history and the scriptures that the Native Americans are Hebrew Israelites, man. And this is correct. So a troop shall overcome him, but we shall get our revenge, man, through the power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. When we get the spiritual power, because that's what's in the Bible, we will take our revenge, man. Name the country built on the genocide of one race and the enslavement of another. They killed many, hundreds of millions of our people, man. Like 9/10 of the so-called Native Americans they've slaughtered, man. And the scripture says, like in where did I add the scripture? Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So his blood must flow, man. And we read Ezekiel 25 and 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. So the vengeance upon Edom, the so-called white people, will come through the strength of Yahweh Basham Yahushai, through his people. We are his battle axe, man, his weapons of war. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger. To the anger of who? The anger of the Most High Yahweh. And according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, said the Lord, because the Lord Yahweh, he did not forget. One day is for us, the Most High. One day for the Most High is like 1,000 years. Is 1,000 years for us. So for the Most High, it's like a few days ago, man. A few minutes ago. For us, it's like hundreds of years ago. But for the Most High, for him, it's like he just seen these devils do a lot of damage, man, a lot of wickedness, and he will put it in our spirit to remember everything, man. Especially when the spiritual power, man, we will know. It's like search and destroy, man. It's no mercy. So with that, I hope you were edified, and Yahweh to the next video. Shalom.